Hello everyone! Welcome back to Grand Canyon University Thunder Vision's College Knowledge. Today we are on tip number 2 of our 10-part series, 10 Ways to be Successful in High School. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Tip number 2, learn time management. I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. Time management is something that does not come naturally to me. But because it doesn't come naturally to me, I've had to put in a lot of extra time and planning and research and effort into creating something that does work for me. The first thing I want you guys to know is that you know yourself best. Not every tip you see out there is gonna work for you. Many of the really common tips that are out there for time management did not work for me at all. So that's all a part of the process, is trial and error. So first I want you guys to start out by making a list, a time inventory of everything you spend your time doing, from hobbies to chores, to eating meals, to talking with your family, anything that you do, write it down. Then I want you to take that time inventory and prioritize it. So make the list, most important all the way down to least important items. One thing that I even want you guys to write on it is when you have the most energy throughout the day. Reserve those times of day for your most important prioritized tasks that you wrote at the top of that inventory list. So, when we're also planning our agenda, we want to work from a to-do list. So with these to-do lists, they can get really daunting if you have a lot of really big tasks. Even if we just have one big task on our to-do list, our brain shuts down because it doesn't know where to start. So instead of putting down a big task on your to-do list, you need to learn to break it down into smaller steps. And instead of even writing down that big task, write down the smaller steps instead. So for example, when I need to do my laundry, instead of putting do laundry on my to-do list, what I do is I put each small step on my to-do list. So one item on my to-do list would be to separate out my dark and light clothes, bring my piles of clothes downstairs, and on with each step of the laundry. But when you really start to think about your tasks, pretty much every task has many different steps. Unzipping my backpack to get my pencil out, taking out my worksheet and writing my name on it. So every time you do a little check mark on your to-do list, your brain rewards you with happy feelings. It just makes you want to do more and more, and it gives your brain that motivation to keep on going. Alright, my last pointer, not a lot of people are gonna like this one, but learn to cut out half work. What I mean by half work is doing more than one thing at once. So you need to attribute all of your brain power to one thing at a time. Did you know that our brains can't actually multitask? So when you think you're multitasking, your brain is actually in a constant state of switching back and forth between those two tasks. So what I recommend doing instead is separating out your tasks, doing one at a time. 30 minutes of your worksheet, then you can put it away, turn to the TV, start a 30-minute episode of TV. Do it like that instead of trying to do both at the same time, because both are going to take way longer if you're trying to get them done at once. Alrighty guys, thank you for joining me on tip number 2 of 10 ways to be successful in high school. Can't wait to see you guys next time. Lopes out!